What is going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. How was everybody's day? Anything exciting? Anything worth mentioning? Hello, YouTube. How are you? Brother. TikTok, how's it going? Twitch. Got one on Twitch. Always got one person on Twitch. Don't know who you are, Mr. Twitch person, but thank you for hanging out. All right, what are we doing today? Photo editing is what I wanted to get done. Let's open up Lightroom. Jesus Christ. All right, TikTok is connected. So we got some photos here from a soccer game that I attended last Sunday. Just I think these boys are middle school aged. So middle school soccer game. It was my first time actually shooting organized sports, if you want to call this organized sports. It was a fun time. I was using, what was I using? An R5. I could have zoomed in on this a lot more. But really, I was just trying to get some reps in, you know? And I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot by going out there. And that's what it's all about fucking sometimes, you know? Just trying shit. Just trying stuff. Let's see if there's a frame in here somewhere. And right now we're just going through. I'm just making some selects on pictures that I like with a simple edit. And then I'll be going back and then trying to make some more fine-tuned edits. But right now we're just going and picking some selects. What's up, Nicole? Hi, trying to get into photography. What tool can I use to edit photos I take? Are you on your phone or are you on your PC? If you're on your phone, there's plenty of free apps and software. I use Lightroom. Lightroom's available on phone and PC. On the phone, there is a free version. On desktop, I think you have to pay. But there's plenty of free editing tools and stuff. I think there's a software called Photopea that is free, and you can take a look at that. Photopea, and it'll get you some basic stuff. But if you're looking for something paid, I do recommend Lightroom. Also, if you have a Canvas subscription, I think you get Affinity for free. I've never actually used Affinity, but I do know that they are pretty good. Noah, not doing any reviews today, Noah. I don't do free reviews anymore, bud. This actually might be a cool photo. This one actually might be kind of decent. I thought I had to sneeze there for a second. Jesus. Thank you. No problem, Nicole. Yeah, no, I stopped doing free reviews a while ago, buddy. I kind of like this edit to be not gonna lie, I kind of like this a little bit. I'm gonna have to like do some changes. See if I can find a frame here. I kind of want him to be in the center here. We'll play around with this one, see if I can find anything here. And I was just at 70 millimeters here, so I wish I would have like punched in. Let's see, can I get a kick? Can I get a kick? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty decent. Not bad. There might be something here. He's a little too low in the frame. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, there might be something here. Let's keep looking at these frames. Control copy. Did I get right when he booted the ball? I kind of like the full extension right here. I think this one works right here. We might have to delete this young man over here. Yeah, we'll probably delete him later. Mic check, mic check. No, my audio's good. Valerie, what's up, Valerie Visions? How are you? I'm just looking at these young kids' faces and this umpire here. What up, Joey? Any Lightroom tips? I recently got Lightroom class and it seems very different from the mobile version. I'm good. I got my allergies are acting up. Any tips for just edit? That's my biggest tip, man. As I always tell people just to edit. Just to edit often, you know. Learn your shortcut keys. And just spend time editing. There's really no like secret, you know? At least I don't think so. Your allergies are acting up too? Yeah, Joey, what kind of photos do you take, Joey? Here I was just kind of goofing around, practicing, trying to practice a new type of photography. Mostly pet and cat photos. That's what I do, man. Cat photos. But yeah, just Just practice editing, man. That's pretty much it. There's no secret. Learn your shortcuts, they'll be faster, and that's it. Like this photo right here, I just think this photo is kind of fun, you know? So I might actually duplicate this. And I might edit this again in a different aspect ratio. Something like this. Editing live. Julia! Hello, Julia. Julia, you're gonna think this guy's funny. Check this out. He's like, huh? Hello, hello. Brother. That's the cool part of photography. Is like this guy's like, I can tell he's kind of looking at me in my direction, or we're just both looking at the ball. You know, but I think there's a good amount of action in this shot, you know? This kid over here kind of throws the balance of the photo off. Damn it, my allergies, guys. He did keep his eye on the ball. Yeah, he did keep his eye on the ball. So I think that there's an edit in here if I remove this young man. I want the picture to be balanced is kind of what I'm aiming for. And I want the same amount of distance to be from this side of the photo to this side of the photo. So I'm just seeing if there's an edit in here. Nothing too crazy. I think this guy is the photo, though. This guy in the center. You know what I mean? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I do think that that guy is the photo. What's the best wide terrain? What up, wide terrain? YouTube. What's up, Danny? How are you? What's the best camera for car videography and photography? What's your budget, bud? Depends on your budget. I just got my first camera. Nice, man. What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it, buddy? Congratulations. What'd you get? Maybe around 25. Oh, bro, that's a nice budget, man. 2,500. What camera are you looking at? Cahill Hughes. Marco Ocestaro. Marco Cestaro. What lens do you recommend for the Sony ZV-E10? I want a broad lens. A broad lens? What does a broad lens mean? What does broad mean? I plan to do videography work and use it for filmmaking. What'd you get? I want one that I can use for content and client videos. I'd probably do something like the 18-50 Sigma, the f2.8. That one's really nice. Sony 67. Nice, 6700. Good for you, man. Congratulations, buddy. I like the 6700. There might be a photo here. I'm not really sure. I've been looking around. Currently have a Nikon DSLR. Do you want to stick with Nikon or do you want to go with something else? Mr. Motivation, what up, buddy? How are you? This might be a little too unbalanced. Probably something else. Yeah, with $2,500, I would be looking at, I mean, the Lumixes are really nice. It really depends on what you want to do, though. The Sonys are really great. The Canons are. Nikon's great, too. Doing well, brother. That's good. That's good, brother. Brother. YouTube world. Hello, YouTube world. How are you guys? Streaming. All right, cool. We're just looking for some edits here. Looking for some selects. Not a lot of photos to go through. And like we said last time we were looking at photos, we are looking for soccer balls and faces. Soccer balls and faces. That's what we want. Like all of these are cool, but if they were facing me. I'm using my Sony camcorder on TikTok Studio, but I want to improve how my lighting looks. 3-point lighting. 3-point lighting is really what you need to. Do you have three lighting sources? Also, your background. You can work on your background, make it flat. Like right here on TikTok, I have one of these like lights that like shines a pattern on my wall just to add some a pattern, break up the wall. I gotta blow my nose, guys. Excuse me. But on my actual, let's see here, I have this little thing that I show guys, people that are interested. This is my lighting setup that I have in this room, and sometimes it changes, but essentially this is all of the lights that I have going on in my room right now. So this is me right here sitting down. This is my computer. I have a light that's facing me right up here. So this is one light that I have. And then I have another light over here that I currently have turned off. But then I also have this big ass key light. So that's one point of light. Here's another light. And then I have this backlight that's way back here. Way up there. That gives me like this 3-point lighting setup. And then I have some accent lights like this tube light right here. And then blue, and then I just use the color wheel to kind of like add some, I forget the actual term, analogous? No. Complementary? I forget. It's on the color wheel. It's the opposite colors. So if you look at a color wheel, complementary, yeah, complementary. So like I have kind of like an orange color for these lights, and then I have a blue light, which is the complementary color of orange, and I kind of just pair that. So just pick up some complementary colors, like green and red, yellow, purple, orange, blue, and then just kind of have that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And then I have this flashlight right here that is pointing up at the wall. So I kind of like, so wherever I am, because I have multiple setups in my studio. I have one here, one back there, and then and then multiple in my living room. And then that's pretty much it. But the biggest key light that you want the key light, the one that's lighting you, to be a massive, you want it to be a big source. Carolyn Studio, what's up, brother? How are you? And that's pretty much it. That's like the foundation to lighting yourself properly, is making sure that you have at least a 3-point lighting setup. And then from there, you can really play around with it. You can really, really play around with it. Is there any difference between recording in 4K in the FX3 versus the FX30? They're definitely not the exact same. Andrew, what's up, man? Shot, edited, and posted some content today. It did terribly. How are you doing? It's all good, bro. It's all good, Andrew. Are you posted on YouTube? I forgot today, dude. I took a nap. I took a nap right after work. I was like, let me go chill out for a little bit. Woke up at 9 or at 8:30. I was like, fuck. I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, 3-point lighting setup, man. You can YouTube that as well. Just basic lighting setups, but yeah, lighting is can get pretty complex. Thank you for the little wing, man. Appreciate that. God bless you. God bless you. Look at this backdrop to this soccer field, man. Ain't that crazy? Thank you for the hat. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Mr. Motivation, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Would it be worth it to rent a studio to take some professional photos of my cats? If you want to get paid for that kind of work, then yeah, you should definitely get some studio space. But you could probably make a studio in your home, you know? It's on YouTube, IG, and TikTok, but it's another account I'm testing. Okay, got it. The Faceless channel focused on coffee and cocktails. Yeah, I mean, those aesthetic kind of videos, man, I never understood, like, you know, like coffee aficionados might like, you know, coffee connoisseurs and cocktail connoisseurs would like that kind of stuff. But I don't know who that audience is, you know? I haven't spent time thinking of who that audience is. And what they want in their content, you know? Photography and video work like a portfolio. So you're using the coffee and cocktail as like a portfolio for yourself, or is it for an audience? I guess both, right? My allergies are flaring up, guys. It's always right around this time. For myself in the future to get in practice using my camera. Oh yeah. No, for sure. If it's for you, then that's good. Then I guess the expectation of it doing poorly or badly should be irrelevant, right? If it's just a portfolio site, that'd probably be the least metric that I would track. Yeah, man. We gotta laugh at it sometimes for sure. What site do I use for portfolios? I have a website. And then whenever I want to have a portfolio, I host it on my website. But I use Squarespace. But there's a bunch of different portfolio sites that are good options. It was a meme of doing a bunch of work to get no views. No, I've been there, bro. I've been there. Yo, earlier, Andrew, we had a guy came in. This was early in the morning. And for no reason, unprompted, he just came in talking some ridiculous stuff about Nikon being the best camera brand in the world. Everybody that was in the chat was like, who the fuck is this guy? Bro, it was totally unprompted. We weren't even making fun of Nikon. He just came in and said that he has the Nikon Z9. He said, I have the Nikon Z9 and it's the best camera that's out there. Nobody competes against it. Not Sony, not Canon. And all of a sudden I did like a DJ scratching, like, you know, like he holds the disc or whatever, like a screeching sound. We're like, wait a second, hold on, what the fuck? Like, who the hell's this guy? And then we sat and we went through the comparison on bnh.com. And I picked out the A1, the Canon R1, and then the Z9, and it like blew it the fuck out the water, like in every category. But it was just like, bro, nobody hates on Nikon. Nikon's just like fun to make fun of, you know? But you're the reason why people don't like Nikon right now. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. It was totally unprompted, dude. It was totally unprompted. And he said, bro, we're in space. And I was like, there it is. There's the guy. There's the guy that was waiting for something for Nikon to like, for Nikon when, and I imagined I had like a whole meme in my mind of like all Nikon users in the world. Like when the announcement got released, or the news made the, that piece of information made the news, like they're using a Nikon to photograph the world, the earth. All the Nikon users are like, finally, we've been vindicated. It was hilarious, dude. I was like, I knew it. I knew that Nikon was gonna get a big head over this. Do you like seamless paper or cloth backdrops? I like seamless. Cloth ones are okay too, for sure, but definitely the seamless ones. Seamless paper. Z9 compares to the Rebel T7. I wouldn't say that, Joey. The Z9 is pretty. I mean, it's a nice camera. Nikon makes nice cameras, dude. But just going out of nowhere and saying some ridiculous shit like the Nikon Z9 is the best camera, like, get the fuck out of here. It was a whole thing. You guys needed to be here. You guys should have been here. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was a ridiculous statement, but it still was funny, you know. Foul. Oh, let's see if we get a nice kick here. What's your camera that you're shooting with this? This is a Sony ZV-E10 II. Nice quality. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. If this kid was right in front of the ball, this would be a decent photo, but he's not. I don't remember who was kicking. This guy's kicking the ball. All right, here we go. Let's see. Did we get him? Did we get him? Huh, 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 huh. Come on in. I don't know. Do I like this one? I think I like this one, right? The full extension. I've gotten a couple of these shots already. It's a little blurry. I don't think I nailed the focus on this. Missed it. I missed it. And I don't like the angle that he's facing. It's passable. I think I'll include it. Barely passable. If I have an R6 which has 24 megapixels when I crop or leave the image and post on Instagram. I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, it decreases quality? It's only 24 megapixels, bro. Yeah, 24 megapixels is going to be tough. You can still crop a good bit. But I mean, I crop on my, I used to have an R6 I used to have that camera, the R6 Mark II. I could crop a good bit. For some reason, I've never had any issues with like loss quality on posting images. I never post images to TikTok because TikTok has like the worst compression ever. But Instagram never gave me any issues. So the only way you can get your pixel, no, I had no issues with posting. I think your export settings might be too high. You want to have the photo already compressed by the time you upload it, so that Instagram doesn't compress it itself, you know? What do I export at? I think I have my export settings right now. And my export settings, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see this actually. Export. Can you guys see this? No, you can't. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can do this. Can you guys see this? My export settings are pretty basic. I have a JPEG quality 100 and I limit the file sizes if I have an issue to, no, I have JPEG. Color space sRGB. Yeah, so there's really nothing crazy that I do. Resolution 240 pixels per inch. What I would do is I would be looking at your export settings and trying to educate myself on what the best export settings are for your images. But what you want to do is you want to compress it yourself. You don't want Instagram to do the compression for you. TikTok is awful. TikTok has the worst compression. That's why I don't share photos on TikTok. Also, I mean, I'm not like, if you go to my Instagram, I don't have like my stuff isn't like super crazy. Like the photos that I have are, you know, these are already like kind of punched in already. Granted, I'm using a different camera, but I have some R6 photos in here. But I already, you know, exported these photos like compressed already, you know what I mean? So YouTube, Eric Salazar, what's up, buddy? I'm thinking of getting a Leica M240 as an upgrade for my X Pro 1. Is that a valid upgrade? I don't know nothing about Leicas, bro. Yeah, I don't know much about Leicas, man. I'm too poor to have a Leica, so I don't really know. Why is that an upgrade for you? Can you break it down for me? And what's wrong with your current camera? But yeah, that's just the one thing that I do is that I make sure that my photos are already compressed, you know. Same with my videos, like I make sure that the compression is already kind of done. I don't do free reviews. Yeah, I don't do free reviews. I have portfolio reviews reserved for YouTube channel members. So I know that I stood in this corner for at least the full period. Do you know if an ND filter is necessary if I'm shooting? An ND filter is needed regardless if you're in C-Log. Especially on a bright sunny day. It depends on how much light, how much available light's coming in. Most of you guys would edit this photo. You guys be like, oh, this photo slaps. Remember, kids, the back of people's heads are not that interesting. Like tomorrow, I'm shooting lacrosse film and photo, but I want to use the f2.8 lens. Use it, bro. That'll be nice. I'm using an f2.8 here, and I got an ND filter on here. Yeah, I'm using, for these photos that you're looking at, I'm using a 70 to 200 f2.8. And I definitely needed an ND filter here. Yeah, I usually, anytime it's daylight, I always have an ND filter on. This photo's a little soft, but let's see if we can. You got one to recommend for a very, I use KNF Concept. All of the all the stuff that I recommend, you can find in my link in bio. You can get that by hitting my profile picture. And then that'll take you to, so I'll show you. So if you're on TikTok, hit my link in bio. And then I got a link right here by hitting my profile picture. And then that'll take you to this page, which is my little Amazon storefront. And then in here, I have a whole ND filter section. And I own, I think if I'm not mistaken, I own like all of these ND filters. The one that I like is this one. This is the one that I use most of the time. It's an ND 2 to 32, and it has a little bit of black mist in it. I wish it had I wish there was a 1/8 version of this, but I don't remember if there is or not. But this is the one that I use. Yeah, this photo's a little soft, but that's okay. I think it kind of works. My allergies are killing me, guys. I'm dying. Antonio, what's up, Antonio? Day 2 with the camera, man. How was it? Did you record your music video yet? Didn't get to use it, had to work, but I'm gonna use it tomorrow when my new nice. That's all it is, man. You just gotta use it. That's how you get better. Yeah, that's how you get better, buddy. Have you tried the new DaVinci? I have not. I have not. Did you try it? Is it good? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. What are we at? 8,241. We're getting close. I have. What'd you think, Andrew? I've never been a DaVinci user, so. Photo mode is different. Haven't touched it yet. Yeah, that's what I saw that they had a photo mode, which I was like, ooh, they're coming for Lightroom, but I think that'd be tough to beat, you know? It entered an infinity crash loop this morning. So yeah, because it's still in beta. It probably has, you probably should wait a couple weeks for sure. Other than the infinity boot loop. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of looking for edits. The goal of this whole session is just to find soccer balls and faces. And that's the challenge there. Soccer balls and faces. And this sequence right here is kind of cool because this is a one-on-one, you know, and this young man is like juggling the ball. But if I can get him, you know, in any kind of action where he's looking like this is kind of cool right here, where he's like, this guy's like, her. he obviously just got schooled. What's the camera setup for this shoot, Fabian? I use the Canon R5 Mark II with a 70-200 on this shoot. The Sony RX 107 is pretty cool. I know that camera is really popular. I know a lot of people like it. That optical zoom is crazy. I wish this kid's face wasn't all derpy. But there might be an edit here somewhere. I wish he would have. I wish this kid was looking at this ball. If we could have gotten that, that would have been nice. Hi there. Hi there. I've had the same Sony. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Shade. Thank you for sharing that, buddy. I'm also looking for photos that I know the parents would be like happy to receive, you know? Oh, this one's a little better. I think this young man right here scored 3 goals. So it was this kid was definitely really competitive. Right now I'm just using presets. I'm using Frodo's Photos preset. I have some other presets that I haven't loaded in that I bought as well. But I'm just using just a regular preset pack. But yeah, I usually use presets. I like presets. Tips for shooting from a semi-shade to full sun. A stadium overhang giving off shade. I'd have to be in the environment, really. An ND filter. I always, if I'm outside or if there's any kind of like, you know, if it's bright out, I always have an ND filter with me. Oh damn! I wish he had his eyes open here. So this would be a cool shot right here if there was a soccer ball right in front of him, but there isn't. Hello, brother. Brother. How are ya? I've never had a Nikon, but I only have a borrowed DSLR, but I want to upgrade to Nikon someday. You should do it. Do it. There was a young kid that came up to me who asked me for shots of his brother. Let's see. What number was his brother? He sent me a message. Hey, Andrew, have you ever seen this account called HA Colorist? This guy does some really milky, creamy. I don't know how to describe it. Let me see if I can bring him up. He's on Instagram and he comes up for my stuff all the time. HA colorist. And I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this? He must be doing some really fancy ass shit. This guy right here. I just seen a video of his. Oh, here. So he's breaking down his whole edits. I guess that's not a very good example. Here we go. This one, like right here. Like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? He has some sort of effect on, doesn't he? Is Andrew still here? No, he left. Like, fuck. I wanted to ask him. But all of his edits are like really crazy looking. Reviews? No reviews. Oh, Jesus Christ. No reviews. Can I ask what digital camera you recommend? Your cell phone. What do you think of a small rig wireless microphones? I like those. I use a couple of them. I use the one in the round case. They're good for your cell phone. I've never used the ones that are made for your camera, but I like small rig products. For my camera microphones though, I need them to have 32-bit float. And I don't know if the small rig ones have 32-bit float. Oh shit, what was I doing? I was looking at this kid's. I forgot what I was doing. My bad. Messages, he said Chase. Number 30. So the kid's number. So we're also looking for number 30. Do I ever use I do not use the Blackmagic app. Is that for like your cell phone? When I'm using my cell phone to record videos, I just use the native app. Hey, this actually looks kind of cool. I just want a portable camera. I enjoy using my phone, but I want something to use for traveling. I just don't recommend any cameras under that are under $500, $700. And you're asking me for a recommendation, and I can't give you one. At $300, I would just be using my cell phone. Yes, it allows you to use your phone with professional camera settings. Well, let's not get too carried away. Yeah, it gives you some more functionality on your pictures, but yeah, I just for whenever I'm taking videos with my cell phone, I'm not really looking for like I'm not really looking to film like something crazy, you know what I mean? Like I use my cell phone for videos for just like TikTok stuff, you know? I use my cell phone for video a lot, but like when I need to use proper settings, I use a camera. If I want to create that kind of video, you know. But also, like the Blackmagic app, like to me, my native app for Samsung, I don't know if this is true for iPhone, but it gives me more than enough control. You know what I mean? At least I think it does. What does the Blackmagic app, like, what are you calling professional settings that you can't do in the native app? I guess that's a better question. Did I get him? Damn it, it's out of focus. Fuck. I guess no, it's fucked. I missed it. I don't know about the pro phones though. Get any good photos so far? Yeah, I got a couple. I got a couple good ones. Couple decent ones. Definitely not gonna win any awards or anything like that, Andrew, but that's not the point, man. That's not the point. I'm gonna deliver these photos to the soccer mom, the team mom, and have her hand it out to the other moms. Controls ISO, histogram, etc., stuff like that. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying is like you can turn on log, it gives you metering, you can add LUTs, and it uses your camera's full power. Yeah, I don't know. I think like my native app does all of that. Native apps on cameras have gotten pretty good. Let's say under $800, what would you get if I already have an R50, but I want something pocket size? Probably the other Canon, the Canon PowerShot V1. That's a pocket size, but I would just use the R50, dude. What's this about a phone? Somebody was asking if I used the Blackmagic app, and I was just commenting like my native app has all of the functionality that I would need from it. And I asked, what does the Blackmagic app do that the native app doesn't? And then I commented also, when I'm using my phone for videos, I'm not looking to make those kind of videos. Because my native app can do the ISO, could do log recording, but log recording on a cell phone to me is kind of meh. I use the default camera for just about everything, but I do have, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Blackmagic app to me, I don't know. My comment was that that native apps are powerful enough that they're fine, you know. The people really love the RX 107. Are there tripods that allow you to shoot vertically? You just need to mount the tripod, the camera vertically, Antonio. Stock iPhone app lacks manual control. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm not even going to comment, Andrew, because you already know what I'm going to say, bro. You already know what I'm going to say, Andrew. Jesus Christ. iPhone's the best. Yeah, I thought that there was like a pro video mode on iPhones, though. There should be. There has to be, dude. There has to be. On Samsung phones, there is like a regular video and then there's a pro video. And in the pro video, it gives you like tons of controls. They added more controls. Well, they have to, dude. They have to. So in the new iOS, did they make it so that the Blackmagic app isn't needed anymore? No, the iPhone video is legit. I'm not criticizing that the video quality is this or that. What I'm not criticizing, underneath holding my tongue on it, is like they limit the software for no reason. Final Cut camera app and Blackmagic camera apps are better for cinema grade recording. I don't know, man. I think we use that word too liberally. No, the Blackmagic app is just different. Well, what I'm saying is, like, if it's not hardware limited, Antonio, if the Blackmagic app comes in and uses the hardware of the existing, like, the hardware of the existing device, there's no reason that that Apple can't make those features available to you, because it's a software, it's not the hardware, right? It's not limited by the hardware. Yeah, no, I get it, Andrew. I'm just commenting back, you know. It's like, you know, it's kind of like the people that say, like, how do I shoot cinematic video? I'm like, what is cinematic? Oh yeah, and Final Cut is Apple as well. So there you go. So that makes sense. Yeah, use what you like. Yeah, use what you like. If you're using a cell phone, use it. But if you come into a chat talking reckless, you come into a chat showing your ass, you're gonna get it. That's a decent photo right here. Like when Antonio used to come in here, say that his cell phone was better than a proper camera. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Or that guy says Nikon's better than Sony, or like Canon. Like, what are you talking about, man? You're just talking nonsense now. What software do you recommend for editing videos for TikTok, Instagram? I like CapCut on my cell phone, Nurse Elsa. I also like the Edits app for editing reels on Instagram. The Edits app is kind of legit. I just like it because it has the music. But if you search on YouTube, Sony or Canon versus iPhone Pro, you'd be surprised at the results. You can. I'm not surprised at all, Antonio. What did he do? What up, Renzo? I use the Blackmagic camera when I'm out and I need a high performance with my phone. Yeah, my point is like, why isn't that just built in? I guess is the point that I'm trying to make. And I think I think people are missing that point. I'm like, why does it need an app to, why do you need a third-party app to get the highest performance out of a device? But maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm the one that's like out of touch. Maybe I'm the unk over here. The phone. Yeah, it is pointless, but don't JFK. Don't tell that to cell phone people, because they'll get mad at you. They'll be like, like. I kind of want to delete this kid over here. That's what I'm saying. I'm not having. I don't think it's a debate. I think it's just a discussion, Andrew. I think it's a discussion. Because it certainly isn't a debate. They'll be coming for me with phone shit. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Exactly. And again, generally, there's nothing wrong with use what you like Andrew's saying, right? But my secondary point is like, don't be coming into a chat talking reckless. I'm like, use what you want to use, but don't be talking reckless. Don't be talking nonsense. This young man right here was on fire all game. He was in all the action. Yeah, it's like buying a Sony A7 IV and needing a special app just to use the lens correctly. Exactly, James. Jason, what's up, buddy? Exactly. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, why would you need a yeah. Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive. But maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I'm the ridiculous one for I already said it wants to make everything simple because most of Andrew. You called it entire user base dumb? How dare you? What's up, Jason? How are you, buddy? A real debate shaping up, gonna be Lightroom. I'm more interested in that, yeah. Yeah, I saw that Canon was rumored for another camera today as well. Canon is supposed to announce another camera coming up. Also, the GoPro, their new interchangeable lens camera came out. That seems kind of interesting. All right, Andrew, I'll catch up with you, broski. Thanks for stopping in. Thinking about getting Chipotle? Chipotle? What time is it over there, man? Gotta be like 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock Chipotle? Nice. Yo, DJI and Insta360 is eating GoPro's lunch, bro. Yeah, the GoPro has an interchangeable lens camera that they're coming up with. Updated Canon R7. I think it's going to be the R7, but they are announcing a new... Did you guys not see the rumor today? Here, let's go over there real quick. Let's go to canonrumors.com. Looks like Google updated. So they're announcing a new full frame V series cameras coming next week. I don't fully believe this. So like they have the R50V, and I always thought that they were gonna make an R8V, and that would be a fucking camera. If they make an R8V, that would be sick. DJI Pocket 4. I'm gonna wait. I did like the DJI Pocket 4. I don't like it enough because I have the Pocket 3. I don't like it enough to upgrade to the 4. So I'm gonna wait to see what the Pocket 4 Pro looks like. I want a bigger sensor. Big Tex, did you see this, bro? A new Canon getting announced? This got published today, by the way. Why aren't you at NAB? I don't know. I didn't get invited. I'm not cool like you, Andrew. I don't get invited to stuff, bro. The new DJI Action with you, I think 4K 200 sounds wild. It's still an action camera, JFK. I mean, it's kind of cool, but eh. What's a good affordable webcam for streaming? Depends on what your budget is, Mr. Johnson. Didn't the DJI Osmo 4 just get banned? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe though. Sensor looks small. This is supposed to be a full frame sensor. What is it? What camera are you using? This is a what is it? Sony ZV-E10 II. Nah, I'm just messing with you about the OF. It's Mo. What's up, Mo? What's the new Canon? I don't know. It's just a rumor. Just a rumor. We'll have to wait till next week. I think the R7 is going to be announced, and also a new Canon V camera. Hey there, what's a good starting kit to take soccer pictures? Budget 3K. 3K is a good budget, dude. I would probably get like an R5 Mark 1 or an R6 Mark 2, and then get like a 70 to 200 millimeter lens at a minimum. Thoughts on the OBS Tiny 2 for streaming? The OBS Tiny 2 is okay. I don't have that camera. I have the Insta360 one, and then I have an E-Meet one. And I like them. Yeah, I definitely like them. Yeah, 3K is a nice option for real. Yeah, for soccer and sports though, I really want something with high megapixels and a fast readout speed. So I would prefer. Thank you for the roses, appreciate it. I have a Canon T7, but not the best for streaming. What affordable option do you suggest? It depends on what your budget is, bro. Ooh, this is gonna be a nice photo. Look at this. And I shot it through the parents too. Damn. How are you streaming your music to be as loud as it is, but we hear you clearly? Is it too loud? Is the music too loud, guys? Insta360 will always get my hate because they did me dirt. I like Insta360, man. No, I'm good. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mm. No, I was asking how you were doing it because your voice doesn't sound muffled. I'm routing it with through a different audio source, like it's not all on one channel. All right, so this photo right here is kind of cool. Like I said, this young man right here, he was on fire. He did a great job on this game. I said I think I mentioned already he had like 3 goals this game. So he was killing it. So let's do another photo of this guy. He's going to be all over my edits though. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey man, could you review my page if you could? I'm not doing any free reviews. Jack Andronakos. Reviews are actually going to be for paid channel members on YouTube. I wish there was like a more interesting background. There actually might be another photo here now that I look at this. What's your camera, bro? Stop spamming. If you spam one more time, I'm blocking your ass, buddy. I'm using for my stream, I'm using a Sony ZV-E10 II. Bro, this might actually be all right here. What's your thoughts on the Canon 7200? Yeah, I like that. I like the 7200. 7200 is nice. I'm saving up for one. Yeah, you should. You definitely should, man. Share your presets with us. These are paid presets. I didn't create these presets. These are the Frono's photo presets. But you guys can see all the things on the screen, so you guys can definitely copy them. Man, this is the best looking stream I've seen. Appreciate it, bro. All I'm looking for is faces and the soccer ball. Faces and a soccer ball. That's it. Did this kid break away for a goal here? I think I missed almost every single goal that was, and there was a lot of goals. Oh, come on. Did I get it here? Damn it. I hope I get it. Did he score a goal here? Look at this kid. He's like, oh no. Yeah, this kid broke away. I think he did get a goal. Oh, yeah, definitely a goal. Nice. I was on the wrong side, though. Let's see if I get any cool celebrations. Goal! He didn't do anything in the celebration. Everybody's dabbing him up. We'll take that. We'll take that. I think he had another goal that he was pretty amped up about. But him actually getting the goal wasn't too... I was on the wrong part of the field. So I only got like his back. But if he would have came out of the goal and he would have... yeah, so he kicks it right here. Boop. And then the soccer ball... Yeah, just not a very interesting shot in my opinion. I guess I should photograph it though. Or not photograph it, at least I should edit it. But in my opinion, it's not a very good shot. Yeah, it's not a very interesting shot. Are there any shots before it that are more interesting? I guess the breakaway is like kind of cool. So we might be able to do something here. Have you seen that photographer that runs slides and spins to take the photos at the games? No, I have not. That sounds like I'm too old for that shit, man. This photo worked. I'm glad I went back and checked these out. This is the reason why I never delete photos. Is because I'll come back to this like a year or 2 years from now, and maybe I'll know a new editing trick or something like that, and I'll re-edit these photos. You know what I mean? But no, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that guy. So I'm glad that I went back on this photo. It's funny. I'll look it up and send it to you. Whatever your style is, man. As long as you're out there taking photos, and it's a good workout, you know. So I definitely don't like these photos here. And right here, I think he knew he scored already. Yeah, I wish I was standing like right here. That would have been great. It does sound like a lot of energy. I know that my ass is too old for that. It would definitely be a good workout though. And then maybe I can get a shot of him dabbing up his whole teammates and running back. Let's see, is there anything good here? Look at this, but he's like, yay! My team scored, yay! I focused on the wrong kid. I just saw him kind of cheesing. All right, so I think the best team shot is probably over here because I want to highlight this young man for scoring. Probably this one, right? Right here. D photographer. What's up, buddy? How are you? So we'll take that little series right there. I was in the wrong spot, so we'll have to build a collection. Plus, I have this like I said already. This young man, he did score 3 times, so he's gonna have a lot of photos edited of him. I don't know my soccer position, so him and then this young boy over here. Look at him. He's so happy. Is there a photo there? What do you think? He's like, I'm with my friends. Is the Canon R6 Mark 1 and the 85 good combo for I got a chance to get the lens? Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I like that lens a lot. It's a little it's not like the best lens in the world, but it's a decent lens. I like that lens a lot. The only reason why I don't like it is, or I don't want to say I don't like it, that I have some criticism of it, is that it's a little noisy. Sharpness is my concern. I mean, for 400 bucks, bro, you got to remember it's $400, right? For $400 is plenty sharp, though. It's 400 bucks. It's it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it in my opinion. Do I have it right here? I was using it on my R10 the other day. I like it. I paid retail for mine. And I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? So if that says anything. Yeah, I paid retail. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I bought it brand new. All right, so here I think I started to finally move around. He only used it once. Yeah, 400 bucks is a deal, bro. It's a pretty good deal. I like it. But again, just, you know, have some reasonable expectations for a budget lens. Looking for a lens recommendation? Depends on what you do, man. What are you doing? Just school photography? I would get a nice little prime lens. A nice little nifty 50 or a 35. Does this kid break away? If I can isolate him in a breakaway, that'd be cool. Nope, he loses the ball. I sent you a video. Let's check it out. Oh, I have seen this guy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just an easy way to get hurt, you know. And the photos are fucking ass. Like totally not needed, dude. Like that's just somebody that's just doing too much. Oh, he probably thought that he was no, because it was a pass. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to get hurt, man. That's a good way to get hurt. Or break your gear, exactly. Not worth it. Whatever that was, not worth it. And the shots, dude, the shots are fucking ridiculous, dude. Like the actual photos. Like that shit is trash, dude. Like if that's the shot he got, let's see. Like what? Not worth it. It's funny though. It's funny. How many views did he get on this? 419. You got a lot of views, dude. You got a lot of views on this. Because it's like it's just ridiculous, you know? It's like thanks for sharing that, man. That shit made me chuckle. Did he score again? This young man? No, he didn't. Up, up. Are we in focus? I wish they were facing me. That's how I imagined you at the game. No, hell no, dude. I was live, dude. I was live for my game. My lives were very not like that at all, dude. I don't know how many of you guys popped in for the live. Probably not that many. I made some edits. Well, I didn't edit, but no, my views were just it was just me sitting at the game. And I was chit-chatting with a lot of people. I did drop my camera at one point. But no, mine was very, very chill. I did buy this bench though. Yeah, this is more my speed, Big Texas. It was a beautiful day though. Yeah, definitely was a beautiful day. It just dropped from like, I didn't drop it. It like, I set it down on the little stool and the weight just carried it over the edge and it just kind of dropped on the turf. I actually have it on my Insta360. That would be a good video. It fell from like this high off the ground, like, you know, nothing crazy. It just kind of like tumbled over. And it fell on the, yeah, post. Yeah, I definitely will. I have it on my Insta360 here somewhere. I'll have to take a look at it because it probably would make like for a funny video. Over these past couple of weeks, I've been creating so much content that I haven't even gone through it all, which is a good problem to have. Not complaining here. No, I don't really like this. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. And that's kind of what I thought when I did it. I was like, oh, that's going to make for a good video because it'll look a lot more dramatic. Actually, let me see if I can even find it here. Because I shot it on my Insta360 because I had my Insta360 recording the whole time. So I don't even know how I could go about like, I remember where I was standing. That actually looks pretty legit, dude. Yo, the Insta360 is wild, dude. It's a little blown out in the image, but I'll probably drop my I do not recommend that. Not worth it. Scrubbing through this is kind of a pain in the ass to do it with your finger. It'll be impossible for me to find here. Jesus. But I'll find it and I'll post it. Bob Lacker, what's up, Bob Lacker? Yeah. Insta360 is so cool, man. For anybody that's interested in an action camera, dude, an Insta360 is, I think, like one of the better choices that's out there. Yeah, I use my cell phone as a chest mount. I like using the 360 on my 360 camera, but the chest mount works great. I've also used it as like on my backpack with a pole sticking all the way up, so you get like that Grand Theft Auto kind of POV. Yo, I confirmed DJI Osmo Pocket 4 and the 4 Pro are banned in the US. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think that that'll get resolved though. I think it'll get fixed. They probably just didn't get the proper I don't know much about logistics, but the embargo's lifted or whatever. But if they are, that's okay. DJI is going through some shit. It's a Chinese brand, so they're going through some shit with the US customs and like licensing and like a bunch of other political shit that's going on. Insta360 is coming out with what they're calling it, the Luna project. And I'm waiting for that one too. That's why I'm not buying the Pocket 4 and the Pocket 4 Pro until I see what Insta360 comes up with. Insta360. This was announced earlier this year. They haven't, everything that I've seen is just like renders and stuff. But Insta360 is going to call their project is called Insta360 Luna Ultra. So I don't think these are real photos. They're using a Leica lens. They do have Leica, a relationship with Leica as well. Yeah, it'll probably get resolved. It'll probably get resolved, but it won't be like immediate. And I don't think it's available to buy just yet, but I think it'll get resolved eventually. If not, then it is what it is, man. Yeah, and I knew about Insta360's project a while back, and I was like, I like Insta360 stuff. And like anytime a new like technology or a new camera system comes out, I'm never the one that jumps on the first iteration of it. I always wait for at least 2 to 3 iterations and at least for 2 or 3 brands to jump on, because they're going to iterate off of each other, you know? But I like both brands equally. I will say that. Yeah, so the Insta360 one is called the Luna. They haven't released a new X5 or a 360 camera in a little while. I bought this camera for my nephews last year, the Ace Pro 2. I don't even know if they use it. DJI is spying on us. Maybe. Do you carry a coin in your camera bag? A coin? Thoughts on the Pocket 4 Pro leaks? I'm hoping that the DJI Pocket 4 Pro is kind of cool. Is the Pocket 4 weather? Hell no. Just picked up an R5 with a 50 millimeter for 1600. Looking to buy some EF lenses to adapt. Any recommendation? What are you doing, Mr. Andre Gonzalez? Depends on what you're doing, bud. Congratulations on the camera, though. Yeah, the Pocket 4 is cool though. I like my Pocket 3. I like it a lot. I don't like the 4 enough to upgrade from the 3 to the 4. Nothing really there for me, but I'll check out the 4 Pro. And if that's not worth it, then I'll check out the Insta360. Capturing family stuff. 50 will be great for portraits. Do some video, nothing professional. I would check out the 35 millimeter. Or if you're looking for the 20, or if you're looking for the EF stuff, check out the 24 to 105 f4 for the EF. That's a really nice lens, and I think you can find it for less than 1,000. And that's a really nice lens for like everyday kind of stuff. If you're looking for another prime, I would probably look at the 35. Yeah, it's like upgrading iPhones. For the sometimes I gotta be honest with you though, DJI and Insta360 typically have some nice jumps. They do some nice leaps in between generations, but they're not always. Not always. And in this case, it was just kind of like if they would have had a bigger sensor, it would have been worth it. Like I'd need a bigger. I think the best upgrade is when they do a new sensor. The dynamic range improvement is not that really great for me. But then again, you know, I have to remember that everybody uses their camera very differently. So some people love improvements in low light. Some people love improvements in XYZ. For me, what makes it worth it is like a new, larger sensor. Love my 24 to 105. You got it for $300. That's crazy. Do you have the EF version, Lennon? Is it the F4? Yeah, which 24 to 105? Because there's several. I don't know when the Pocket 4 Pro is planned to release. Do you know how the R6 series is nice and low light, man? Yeah, the EF F4. That's a great. How'd you get it for that price, dude? Congratulations. Found an RF 24 for $650 locally. Only just make sure that it's the F4L version, Andres. I love the X5. The Insta360 X5 is great. I think the DJI 360 though does have a larger sensor. I'm looking to sell my golf clubs to buy the R6. Just get the R6 Mark III while you're at it, man. The Mark II is great. I'm not gonna lie, it's great. But if you're already kind of there, it's like a $500 difference. I do sports, currently have the 60. Oh, nice. Yeah, the R6 is great, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Lennon, is like because the jump from the R6 Mark II to the 3, the 2 had 24 megapixels and the R6 Mark III has 30 something. I sold my R6 1 and my R6 2 for my R6 3. I think that's how it went down. I sold 2 cameras to buy the R6 Mark III. No, that can't be right. Because at one point, I had 3 R6s. I actually made a YouTube video on it. Yeah, just something to consider. Because if you're already spending $2K on the R6 Mark II, might as well. And also, the R5 Mark I is $2,000. And if you're choosing between the R6 Mark II and the R5 Mark I, unless you need video, I would definitely get the R5 Mark I. A lot of options, man. A lot of options. Lots of options. Yeah, the R5 Mark 1, if you can find it used, I think it's for that cost. But let's check it out. Refurbished, you can find it. It's still crazy expensive for refurbished. I'm looking for MPB. On KEH. So this is used, so keep that in mind. Like new. Excellent condition, 2150. Mm-hmm. No, so it's just something to consider. Something to consider for sure. The 45 megapixels for shooting sports, I think is crazy. Is really, really nice. Not gonna lie, dude. Yeah. I mean, Mr. Andre Gonzalez, I never recommend people to buy off of Facebook Marketplace unless you're super brave, and I am not super brave to put my trust in Facebook Marketplace. But you can find some crazy deals. You sure can. Sony FX30. Just looking for photos, boys. Looking for photos. Yeah, so if you guys, I never recommend Facebook Marketplace, but if you guys don't mind it, the R5, the original R5 is definitely a good buy. Just more options, you know? Just more options. Do you edit videos? And if so, what software do you use? I just use Premiere Pro. I shoot pro soccer and baseball plus college sports. I regret getting the 60 over something mirrorless. This right here, what you're watching me edit, is my first soccer game. And I'm just kind of going through. I was using the R5 Mark II and the 70 to 200. Overall, oh, this is the young man right here. He scored a goal and his brother came up to me after. But I missed this goal like a jackass. But I'm gonna do another soccer game to get better, you know? Because I did have fun at this game. I'm not finding any of these photos very interesting, though. Yeah, I eventually figured that out. When I sat behind the goal. Over here, I'm just in a corner. And for the second period, or the second half, I eventually moved behind the right next to the the goal. Yeah, and I was only using a 70 to 200, and I definitely need like a 1 to 4. So if I end up liking this whole soccer thing, and that and I end up getting paid for some soccer, some sports stuff, I'll invest in an EF 100 to 400 L. Viltrox 85 millimeter 1.8. All right, bro. I'll be back, man. Thanks for following along. Yeah, I have a lot of photos. I took 4,000 photos in this shoot, so, and I'm at 1,000 right now, 1,200. So I got a lot of photos to go through. Lots of photos to go through. They're a little blue for some reason. Faces and soccer balls. Faces and soccer balls. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think I like the color grade on this one. So remember, these are all soft edits that we're just making selections on. And we're going to go back and do some more editing later on. But right now we're just doing soft edits. Just selects. And I do that because I like to get a good picture of the entire set. And then kind of have like a mental note of like, okay, all of these photos here kind of work together or they don't work together, you know? Kind of my thinking. So I want to get a big picture of the entire set first. Damn it, this would be a good photo. But this fucking kid right here. I'm trying to get a hybrid camera so I can do photography. You should. What do you recommend within the 2K range? What cameras are you looking at? 2K is a nice budget, so you got a lot of options there. Oh, is there a good shot here? I'm looking at Sony and Canon right now. The 2K range, I'd probably get the R8 from the Canon. Or the R6. The R6 Mark 1 is good. The R6 Mark 2 is about that price. Sony, I'd probably look at the A7 IV. No shots of the backs of people's heads. This one works though, so we'll just keep this one. I'm breaking the rules, guys. This photo's okay. Huh. It kind of doesn't make sense that he's throwing the ball at another person over here. I think there was a gunshot outside. Actually, I do hear some screaming. Let me go check if somebody got shot. No police sirens. No police sirens. So there was a woman outside. And she had like nothing but her bra on, which is kind of weird. And she was like stumbling around. She looked kind of drunk. Just shot softball and the darn lights, man. Did they get you? Did the lights get you, Malik? Can I get this young man looking at the ball? I kind of like this aspect ratio right here. Yeah, kind of like this a little bit, the chaos. It kind of works. What do you guys think? You guys think these work? I think they work. The darn flicker. Oh man, there's a setting for that, bro. You gotta put the anti-flicker on. Yeah, anti-flicker. It's literally called anti-flicker. I forget what camera you have, Malik, but it should have an anti-flicker mode. That's literally what the setting's called. Is it on the one? Look for it, man. I have the 1DX, but the 1DX should have an anti-flicker mode. It's a problem that existed because of the frequency of the lights. Bro, Malik, that's like a rookie mistake, bro. Leaving your camera in the car. That's a big no-no, broski. You never leave your camera in the car. This photo actually kind of works. Not gonna lie. All right, let's do a virtual copy of this. And then let's do another. All that I'm trying to do with all of these kind of grid markers and stuff is just trying to find balance in the photo. Really all that I'm doing is trying to make sure that the photo's like balanced. So like all these shapes right here, like for example, this head right here, I want to match it with the shape of this head right here, but then also can I match this young man being in the center of the frame? Like, does that work? To me, this looks a little unbalanced, so maybe this is more of a balanced photo here. What lens should I buy with my Nikon D3300? I don't know, man. Depends on what you're trying to shoot, broski. Yeah, so I cycle through. The shortcut for this in Lightroom, by the way, is the O button. And then you can cycle through them. And then when you hit Shift O, it rotates. So you can find another composition here. I think that one works though. Do you think Premiere Pro is worth it for a beginner? I learned Premiere Pro as my first editing software. I think it was worth it. You have to pay for it though, so unless you're not going to pay for it, or not, you don't think it's worth to pay for it, I would just use DaVinci Resolve. I think it's worth it though, but I wanted to become good at editing, and I knew that I was gonna buy Premiere Pro. I have the Adobe subscription, like the full subscription, so mine's included. I don't even know how much the Adobe subscription costs anymore. It's called the Creative Cloud subscription, so mine is just included. But to answer your question, I would say yes. What do you think the difference is? Well, DaVinci's free, or there's a one-time payment, and both are great. Both are great. Is one better than the other? DaVinci color grading is pretty awesome. Premiere Pro has some decent color grading features now. But for real, you know, just learn one of them. If you really can't afford it, like it's not in your budget to pay for it, then just do DaVinci. You know, you'll be happy with it. And the thing is, once you start learning it, you can like. And DaVinci, you pay for, if you want to pay the paid one, it's like a one-time $300 payment, and then you have it. So there is that too. But people love DaVinci, dude. There's plenty of support for it. What do you think? I really hate the fact that I have no clue what you're doing right now. I'm just editing some photos, bro. Just editing photos. Really, what I'm doing is just making some quick. So I have 4,000 photos, 4,400 photos that I took at the soccer game. Currently, I'm on image 1,300. And I'm just going through and doing some soft edits on some selects. And I'm making selections really, and then I'm just doing some soft edits on them to see, you know, if it's a good selection or not. And I'm just kind of cycling through them. All these photos, most of them are gonna be not very good. Like this right here, like the action of this young man right here. He looks all goofy and shit, like, you know. So this to me isn't a good photo. So that's not getting selected. So I'm just gonna skip on that one. But I'm just making selects. Just doing some photo edits. This is part of the process, you know. And I go live just so that you guys can watch the watch how the sausage is made. Like this right here is a pretty decent photo, I think. So it's a little samey from the other one, but we'll make some. These are just soft edits, you know. Did this young man score again? He might actually. If he broke out again and he was one-on-one with the goalie. Yeah. Because this young kid kept smoking everybody. Let's see. Did he get a goal? Did he get a goal? What do you think, Big Texas? Goal. He slowed down for some reason. He's waiting for backup, I think. And the goalie's way too high. Oh, he got him. Come on. Easy. Look at that. Easy goal. Oh, right here. He got nice. Look at that. Did I get him? Fuck, he's out of focus. Damn it. Dude, I suck. All of these are out of focus? There you go. He's getting a little bit more in focus here. Got him. All right. I suck, dude. I need to get better. But that's why we practice, boys. So that was his second goal. Actually, that might have been his third goal because I know that I definitely missed the first one. The final score was 4-3. All right, so he got this. He got this. I missed fucking focus right there. And he smoked this kid right here with his tongue sticking out. You jackass. I'm just kidding. They tried really hard. These boys are working their ass off. Goal! All right, so that photo works. Let's see. Do I get him when I use breaking away? Is there anything good here? This is when he broke away right here. So he smoked this kid. He gives him a little 1-2. The goalie's up way too high. Gives him a little 1-2 again. He's like, ha ha ha. And then he kicks right there. But of course, it's fucking out of focus, of course. I don't even think this kid's trying right here. What's up, Kieran? How are you, my guy? Not much on my end, just editing some photos. It's actually getting a little late for me. But I'm kind of having a good time editing, so I'm just vibing. Just chilling, you know? I wish I would have got this shot in focus, but I didn't. At least I did get one though. So what'd you think of the new GoPro? I didn't. I didn't. I think it's kind of a weird. I think GoPro's desperate, is what I think. It doesn't make sense to me. It would make more sense to me if GoPro had made their own lenses. And I think that's probably a direction that they'll head to. But what they showed now was kind of weird to me. All right, let's see. That would be a good idea. Yeah, because right now the lenses on the Micro Four Thirds, I don't want to say that's a bad idea, but it's manual focus. So like, who would be on an action camera that's manual focus that you have to focus the lens is kind of weird. You know what I mean? At that point, why don't you just use a regular camera? So if they can figure out a way to do their own lenses that are interchangeable with autofocus, I can see it being cool in like, again, it's manual focus. It's just like, so that means that you can't leave it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know in what scenario you would use that, you know? But I like that they're iterating at least, you know? Yeah, I mean, what I was thinking, Kieran, was like an FPV drone or like not an FPV drone, I'm sorry, a drone. But how do you set the manual focus on a drone? Unless you set it to like infinity. Mm. Yeah, I saw some stuff where they were like using it for the moon, like astrophotography, but I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They flew into space with the drone or with the pocket. Or I'm sorry, the what am I saying? The GoPro. That boy's big. This guy, he's physically larger than everybody else. So 3-1 at this. I think it was 3-1 at this point. Oh, I think they scored on the other team right here. So did they? Yeah, it did. So immediately went back and scored. So now it was 3-2. Yep. All right, I hit 3 hours tonight, boys. I am out for the night. Appreciate you guys stopping in. I'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am out of here.